Hi everyone and welcome back. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is a weekend webinar, and in this webinar we are going to talk about Lerna. So you might have already heard about the monorepo, which is nowadays a very popular term in terms of managing the different projects in a single repository. So we will talk about what Lerna is and what we are doing without Lerna, the typical current development approach, what we are doing. So Lerna is a library that provides a tooling to manage a multiple repository structure inside a single repository by separating the subset of the repository into their sub-repositories, you can say. You might have heard about Git modules, GitHub modules, where you can have a same repository and you can install GitHub modules in a same repository. So it is a kind of a multi-repository structure it is providing. Currently, when you are writing a full stack app, you are having a React repository, backend, multiple service repositories, and all are in a different repository set. So what Lerna is providing, Lerna is a library. It's just like an npm package which you need to install npm install -z Lerna and start using it. So it is just a tool to manage a multiple repository structure inside a single repository. So your front-end app, your back-end app, your DevOps structure, your reusable packages, your storybook content, everything can reside in a single repository. So it's kind of obviously a cool, right? Earlier we were not having this kind of thing. So from this image, what we are having, mobile app, shared code, and web app, all are having their node modules, separate dependencies, and separate repositories. What we are doing now, we are creating a monorepo, which is a multi-repository structure. All mobile app, shared code, web app is inside the same. So your Lerna root will have a node modules, and every project will have a node modules. The only thing it is adding a lot of benefit on top of it, the reusability of the packages. You don't need to worry about even you can link the packages. If like web app is using the shared code or shared TypeScript typings, your mobile app is also using the same thing. Like mobile app is in React Native TypeScript, shared code is in the TypeScript typings, web app is you are writing in the Next.js. So you can share the typings, you can share the library, you can share the packages, a lot of things you can share across different projects. Okay, so Lerna is popular, and there are many other tools which are available same as Lerna, like Annex, Monorepo, which is also a popular tool, and the Yarn workspaces. And similarly, I explored recently Nest CLI also provides the multiple service structures. We can have multiple services there. Now what we need to do to get started, you can just get started. You need to have a npm and node.js. You can simply install Lerna as a global module, npm install -z learn. So once you have this globally installed, you can do Lerna init, same as ESLint init or any other global module we install that is available in the Node.js environment, and you start using it using ESLint init, Lerna init. So what we will do is we first look for the Lerna package. We will just get it from the npm. So there are other parallel ecosystem also there, because this is creating the multiple, it is managing the multiple repositories inside a same. So there are other tools are also available, like Bazel from the Google. Lerna is open source tooling library that is only for JavaScript level packages, because it is creating this package JSON and the packages, and then inside packages you can create all the different packages. So Lerna focus on handling the monorepo management. Okay, you can have your Next.js app, you can have a React Native app, Nest.js service, Next.js server-side rendered app. All you can put inside the multiple packages which you are going to install in the Lerna. So meanwhile, this Lerna will take time in installation. We can talk about two different mode. So once we do npm install -z Lerna init, it is going to create some configuration, like same as the another CLI tools, Angular CLI, Nest CLI, Next CLI. We will be able to run these commands. Okay, so let's wait for this execution. So Lerna init, it will just ask, it will just create some files for us. Those files are plain and simple, lerna.json, package.json, and you can see there is a packages folder. So this packages folder is something where you will start adding your packages inside it, and Lerna will manage it. So the advantage, major advantage of using it is, let's say you wanted to install a same dependency across all the projects, you can do it with the Lerna. Lerna provides a full set of commands, and even while initializing the Lerna setup, you will get the different mode like independent mode and fixed mode. Independent mode, where each version of the package is separate and allow developer to choose versions to release while publishing. To enable this mode, you can just, while doing a Lerna init, you can specify you wanted to create a Lerna setup using independent or the fixed mode. Okay, what I'm doing here is I have packages. I wanted to bootstrap one node app. Inside the packages, another is a create react app, a TypeScript app. So we can see how we can execute the same commands in both the projects. So we have a Lerna bootstrap command, Lerna npm run, Lerna clean command, Lerna bootstrap command, which actually going to initialize the node modules in all the sub packages. So here one is the node app, which is express generated app, another is a react app with a TypeScript template. So here we are using TypeScript, so you may need npm run build command, npm run test command, and Lerna provides you a centralized place to run all these npm scripts. Okay, so when I started playing with Lerna, I realized I realized it's noisy, that you have to publish some fake packages to an npm and have a git repository on GitHub and all these things. Now with the Lerna, you don't need to do all these things. It is managing all your packages together. So there are many ways to do the setup. Here we are doing monorepo, and there is a package JSON, and then there is a packages. Inside packages, you can create n number of random packages like utilities, common, shared, storybook, your backend service, your front end components, your front end app, all these things you can create. And also the important part is you can create a links. Okay, when I say sim links means your one package can be dependent on another package, and you can internally define the linking. You can just add the module, add one module into another module. So that is the major advantage of doing it. So let's say this node API, here we can see the package.json, which contains, okay, body parser, cookie parser, and basic node.js setup, nothing much. And if you look into the Uber Eats, I mean, this is still taking time. Okay, looks like now this is ready. We have a node app, we have Uber Eats, and both applications are ready. So now how we can use Lerna to in these both the packages? We can run different commands like npm run bootstrap. It is going to call Lerna bootstrap. This command we are executing at the root level. It is going to look into the packages. Okay, we have two packages, and it is going to do npm install there. We can add a couple of more commands like start, clean, build, test CI, test coverage, and all these commands, because these commands can be executed from the root in all the packages, all the sub packages. So I'm doing an Lerna run start. So what it will do is it will execute the start command, start script command in both the packages, Node API and Uber Eats. Npm run start, it will just do a Lerna run start. So start is a command, and it will look for the start script in both the packages, and it will execute it. So similarly, we can also add a npm run build. So it is going to execute this build command in both the packages. I think we have the build command in just React project, React script build, and it will execute it in that package. It is executing in both the packages. Then it will look into which package has this build script available, and it will execute that. So we can also look into all the other commands like Lerna bootstrap, Lerna clean Lerna create and package name. So what it will do, it will, like, let's say I wanted to create a new sub package. I can just do Lerna create package name. It will create a package name with a basic boilerplate code. You can see it contains the tests, package.json and all. Similarly, there is a big list of command: Lerna init, Lerna link, Lerna add. So there are two commands, Lerna add and Lerna create. Lerna create to create a brand new sub package. Lerna add to add the create the sim link of one package into another package. So there are many ways. Let's say I'm putting some common utility inside this common sub package, and these names inside package JSON is the package name, and I'm writing one utility to, let's say, string reverse or some calculating the factorial, and I wanted to use that library or utility in anywhere else, like let's say in the node app I wanted to use it. So those kind of things we can do. We can create a sim link, we can add a one package as a dependency in another package, because the code is shared. This is in one monorepo, and we can share the code from one repository to another repository. Okay, so here you can see I'm adding, there are other commands also, learn add mocha. What it will do is it will add this npm module to all the packages. So if this is an external npm module, it will add it to everywhere. Otherwise, there is another command, learn add common, and you can specify the scope, okay, in what all modules you wanted to add that dependency. It will just add that dependency to that module. Let's say I'm writing one utility and we will use that in the node API. So let's say here I'm writing a simple script, simple code, module.exports common, and this common is function we are trying to use in the node API. This can be anything. This can be any big library or package you have built, exported all the typings and all. Here it is just doing a string.split.reverse.join, reversing a string, and I will be using this in the node API. So this is the command, Lerna add common. Common is the package, and we can specify the scope. Scope equal to node API. So the source is the common, target is the node API, and it will add the common package dependency in the node API. So if you look into the package.json there, this is the version of common o.o.1, and if you look into node API, this package has been added, and it has been added in the package JSON as a dev dependency. You can add this as a dev dependency or the peer dependency. You just need to pass the flag in the same command. Now we can just require this package, and we can just simply do console.log to play around, okay, how this really works, and we will just start the server or node app.js. You can see here this common.js has been added, and this library is exporting libcommon.js. So we can require this package as like const common equal to require common. Inside our app.js we can write, and you can see I'm doing console.log for the output of the string. String reverse is the utility I'm using in the node app. So this is overall, this is how it is working. So this is the first part of it, like how to manage the multiple repositories, how to run all these different commands from the monorepo, and this is how we can create a sim link, like using the common utilities inside a node API or the React app. This is how you can add it as a dev dependency. Just need to pass the flag dash dash dev or dash dash peer to add that dependency as a peer dependency. So this is all. In the second part we are going to take a look on to more examples.